Let's learn about one-step linear equations. So say I were to write the equation 7 plus 3 equals 10. Now you've probably seen these types of equations thousands of times. It's just 7 plus 3 equals 10. Pretty basic. You've probably seen them, in kindergarten, in first grade, something like that. But now let's say Mr. Three Man over here. Mr. Three Man's kind of shy. And see, he wants to hide. So Mr. Three Man goes and he decides to hide, and he hides behind the letter X. And now, say your friend comes after you, and he didn't see Mr. Three Man. All he sees is 7 plus X. But your friend is pretty good at math, so he goes, well, 7, 8, 9, 10. X has to equal 3. If X equals 3, then Mr. Three Man emerges from the shadows behind X, and you solve the problem. Yes, 7 plus 3 equals 10. So now that we know that, this letter, it could be X, it could be Y, it could be Z, it could be any letter you can think of, is called a variable. You see, every time they say solve for the variable or solve the equation, all they're asking you to do is find the number that is hiding behind this letter. So 7 plus 3 equals 10. We know that there's a 3 hiding behind that X. Now, with that understanding, let's solve another problem. Let's say Y minus 8 equals 12. So here they're telling us there's a number behind this Y. We just didn't get to see it. We're like that friend. We didn't get to see what number is hiding behind that Y. But we do know that there's this number, and if you take away 8 from it, if you slice 8 pieces off of it, you get 12. Now let me ask you, this number had to be bigger than 12. Why had to be bigger than 12? Because when you took away 8 from it, it became 12. If we get 12, we add back the 8 that we took off. Shouldn't we get Y? Well, yeah, that's exactly right. So what we do is we're going to add 8 on this side. Add 8. But now, here's a very important concept. Anything you do on one side, whether you add 8, or let's say you were to subtract something, or you were to multiply something, anything you do on one side, you have to do to the other side. And now what I mean by the side is, you see this equal sign right here? Anything you do to the right side of the equal sign, you must do to the left side of the equal sign. So that equal sign is right in the middle, and anything you do to one side, you must do to the other side. So if we added 8 over here, we need to add 8 over here. So we're going to add 8. Over here, 12 plus 8 is 20. 20. Now, negative 8 plus 8, if you take away 8, but then you add 8, you're left with 0. So we could put 0 down here, and we could just put Y plus 0 equals 20. But most times we don't do that because any number plus 0 just stays that number, right? 0 doesn't help much. So most times we just take away the 0 and we just put Y equals 20. So just like that, we solved for Y. We solved for the variable. Y equals 20. And we could plug 20 in back in here. We'd go 20 minus 8, and we would definitely find out that it sure does equal 12. Now let's try another example. "12 plus Z equals 19. Here we have a smaller number than 19, right? But we know 12 plus something equals 19. Now you can probably do this in your head, right? But let's think about what we learned last time. Over here we have 12. We add some more to it and it becomes bigger. Now, what number was that? Well, if you take 19, this 19 has this 12, and it has this Z. So it has both of these part of this number. Both 12 is inside of this number, and Z is inside this number. To find Z, we can subtract 12 from 19, and then Z will have to show itself, right? So if I were to take away 12 from here, I could find the remaining digits from 19 minus 12. The remaining digits would have to be Z, because they have to come from somewhere, and z is the only other option. So I subtract 12 from here, but anything I do to one side, remember, I must do to the other side. So I need to subtract 12 from here. What is 19 minus 12? Well, that's 7. And what's 12 minus 12? Well, that's going to be 0. So we know that z equals 7. Now notice something. There's something very interesting going on. Over here, we had our variable, which is y, and then this number over here, that was the only other number on the left-hand side, right? So we had y minus 8 equals 12. This number over here, it was negative 8, and we added 8. So when we have a negative number, in order to get rid of it, we add that same number, but we add it to it. So negative and positive cancel each other out and just become 0. Over here, we had a positive 12. When we have a positive number, we subtract. So 12 minus 12 equals 0. Now let's try another example. Say we have 9 plus x equals 4. 9 plus x equals 4. And let's think about what we talked about last time. If we have a positive number, we subtract 9, right? This is a positive 9, so we're going to subtract 9 from here, and anything we do to one side, we must do to the other side. Now you might ask, hey, I'm looking at this, and I see 9 plus a number equals 4. How does that even happen? 9 plus 0 would be 9, which means this x has to be less than 0. This x has to be negative. And here's where that little rule comes in, and it's very helpful because it's a lot less intuitive. It's harder to do it in our mind when it's a little bit more complicated like this. So let's apply our rule. We're going to subtract 9 from this side, and anything we do to one side, we must do to the other side. 9 minus 9 is 0. 0 plus x is just going to be x. So we can say x equals, and what is 4 minus 9? 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So x equals negative 5. So behind this x was a shy number, and that number was negative 5, and we've solved it. 9 plus negative 5 equals 4. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it helped you understand the concept of one-step linear equations, what we do when we see a one-step linear equation, and really what a variable is. Why is there a letter inside of my equation? Well, that letter is not just a letter. It's actually a number that's hiding behind a letter. And all our job is just to find what number is hiding behind that letter, and we can apply these rules that we learned in order to solve for that letter. Now, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And as always, stay positive.